Okay, there we go. Had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we are finally live. How's every-nyaaan doing? So welcome back, everybody. This is me, your local cat slime, Ceylon Cross, attempting to JPEG my way through this stream. Hang on. Let's see if I get back here. There we go. All right. I guess all the technical difficulties weren't completely done yet. Now they are. So today, as I am streaming, is the banned and restricted announcement day. Legacy finally got the shakeup it needed. Bye-bye Entomb. Bye-bye Nadu. Apparently Historic actually exists. I don't know. And finally, Pauper. High Tide is gone. 100% gone. Banned into oblivion again. For those wondering, no, it's not necessarily because High Tide was too strong. It was because it was the Sensei's divining top deck of the format. It was a sit there for 20 minutes and you have no idea if the opponent's actually going to win or just fizzle. And then sit there for another 20 minutes and no idea if the opponent's going to win or fizzle. So that makes sense to me. I am sad that Balustrade Spy did not get banned. I think that is at least worth considering. But who knows? In any event, we are coming back today into a new format, quote unquote. High Tide was not all that prevalent in terms of what I've played against recently, but I still want to change it up and play a different deck going into the quote-unquote new format. And what better way to go into a quote-unquote new format than to play the Burninator, patent pending. We've got ourselves good old Madness Burn here. This is the mono red version rather than Rakdos. So we are playing things like Faithless Lootings, we are playing Highway Robberies, Grab the Prize, discard a card, draw twos, all around. And with that, we are playing our playset of Sneaky Snackers to get value. We are playing Fiery Tempers for value. We are playing Lava Darts for value. And then we have our Bigum damage spells here. We have Gutter Snipe, which can hit for a lot of damage over time. Fire Blast, just blargle them to death. And Cascade Flame Breather, just pinging them to nothingness. So yeah, pretty straightforward burn deck. Oh, hey there, Nagato. Good to see you. Good to see you. I am doing fine. Thank you for asking. Did call the Entomb ban. Yeah, most people were hoping for the Entomb ban. Glad to see that they also got Nadu as well. That card just should not have been printed. I like how the written response in the article, and by the way, all these articles are up on the Magic Gathering website for those who are interested in reading them. I love how they say like Entomb is like, oh no, we'd hate to see this go. It's such a classic. And I'm like, but it is also just way too easy to fit into every deck. And also way too easy to pivot out of for sideboarding. Like it just had to go. It's just like, could you sideboard into Grape Shot Storm? And if you could do that with only like 10 cards, I think you would do that in literally every deck. So yeah, good riddance. Maybe Entombs will finally be cheap enough after a couple of weeks for me to buy one or two for like a Reanimator EDH plan or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, glad to see High Tide gone. I don't like basically sitting here going AFK and then coming back to an opponent that may or may not have actually finished going off. So good riddance. In any event, we are playing a deck that just wants to go burr, and we are burring today with mono red. I've already got us signed up in the league here. And we shall go. Good shot. All right. Yeah, Entomb has the same problem with survival of this, which is also banned. Exactly. It's just way too easy to do the thing. I'm kind of shocked that they did not touch Oops All Spells in Legacy. Again, I'm not much of a Legacy player at all, but I do occasionally just watch it from time to time. Balustrade Spy and Understanding Informant should have gone because they are just Hermit Druid. And Hermit Druid is also banned. It's the same logic as the Survival of the Fittest Entomb here. Hermit Druid's too good for Legacy. Those cards are too good for Legacy. Yes, we've won the die roll. I would like to go first. This could end up being good, but we shall see. Makes every good creature splashable in any deck that can run black, which is basically like the entire meta. Yeah. If they had printed a blue Entomb, I think we would just not even have a format anymore because you could pitch Entomb to Force of Will. That'd be insane. Ooh, hello, elves. Fancy lands. Nice. Do I ping the Llanowar elves now? I think I actually don't. I feel like I want to hold on. This Fiery Temper is definitely going to go the way of Aquarian Ranger or Priest of Titania, I guess. Speaking of which, Priest of Titania, is it also the Aquarian Ranger? I'll be so sad. Darn, I am so sad. Let's... I don't think I need the other Valdarin Epicure. Gutter Snipe's nice, but not exactly what I need right now. Let's Faithless Looting. I think I am definitely getting rid of Fiery Temper here because we get to blast this out of orbit. What's the other thing I want to do here? Missing Flame Breather, I guess. I'm gonna get rid of the mountain. All right. Get rid of this thing. People also wanted the Mystic Forge combo to be hit in some way, but alas, it wasn't. Yeah, I think the One Ring is also a very low-hanging fruit that they just decided not to grab. I mean, Mystic Forge itself is probably like a mistake, honestly, but the One Ring is absolutely not good. Ooh. All right, let's see what we got. They got a Saga Wildling. Hello. Do elves really play this card? Oh, I guess this guy does. That's wild. Yeah, even if it goes down, there's not really a format that really wants it. True. I mean, it's nice for like cubers. It's nice for EDHers. I don't think there's an Entomb deck in Vintage. I think that's just way too slow. You'd rather play Oath of Druids, I guess. But, oh, they're just actually getting in. That's funny. All right. Oof, that is actually kind of cool. Question is, do I highway robbery here? I think I just Kessig. And we'll just get rid of your entire board. Generous Ent. That's totally fine. Grab a forest. Play the forest. 1, 2, 3. Timberwatch Alpha. Ooh. And then are they going to Sagu? They're going to Sagu. Alright. So much interaction. It's great. This is probably the Hydra. No, it's a hard cast Saga Wildling. Lovely. Grab the prize is nice. Get to bolt them, essentially. All right. Even if High Tide is only the 11th most played deck right now. Yeah, it's just miserable to play. True. Yeah, at the start of the stream, I mentioned that it is basically the Sensei's top deck of Pauper. Familiars is not too far off from that. Like, let's be honest here, but High Tide is very much that. Bro actually wants to get in with that. All right. They do have a Hydra to follow it up with. That's fine, I guess. No, they have another Saga Wildling. That's interesting. Fascinating. Let's grab the prize. Very, very interesting here. I will plot. So we shall wait and see what we can do here. This is so fascinating. I have not experienced an elf deck playing Saga Wildling, but it just seems to work very well. I'm interested to know what they've cut for space. This is clearly an Nyxborn Hydra, probably onto a Wildling. I can't do anything about it. Yeah. 8. Getting attacked for... Oh, okay. Not coming in with the other one. Fair. Or elf. Alright. They are hellbent. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I have to be careful here. So we've already pinged them for 1. We're definitely discarding the Fiery Temper. Which deals 3, 4 to them. That takes them to 2. Okay, so I think I do that and the grab the prize. Because then do that. And we ping them dead. Ho ho ho. There we go. Cycle Storm. Yeah, I guess. Maybe. Okay, very interesting here. And the festivities could be good. Cast in the fire. I think I do take out some of the gutter snipes here. I do like that. Actually, let me think about it. Do I take out the gutter snipes or do I take out fire blast? Fire blast might be the play here. Gutter snipes, do I swap those out for cast into the fires? Yeah, I feel like I want to. So we're going to do that. That way we just get all the sweeps. Sandstorm has 0.2% meta. High Tide had around 5. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, hello. This is a spicy meatball. I think I'll keep it. Opponent has mulligan to 6. The question is, do I dart here? I don't think I do. I think I... Do I Epicure? Do I Chain Lightning? I think I just Epicure here. It might be better to bolt Llanowar Elves right now. We'll dart it, but I feel like I can sweep up a couple here with Cast into Fire, and it does appear to be the case. Actually, hold on. I should not yield to Quirion Ranger. Sorry for the flashing there, guys. Ooh, they hit a whole bunch of stuff here. That's absurd. Maybe I was punished. Timberwatch Elf is going to suck, but I have a Chain Lightning for that. Hopefully we draw a land so I can Flame Breather into that. Ooh, Healer of the Glade. Neato. Another one, also neato. Happy about that. Now, do I attack in? I don't think I do. I think I want to play the long game with the Flame Breathers here. Mountain, very nice. Let's grab the prize, pitching another dart. That's pretty good. Generous Scent, all right. Absolutely playing that. I cannot imagine they have a follow-up play if they've not been playing one drops this entire time. All right. So the question is, do I bolt now to start getting in some damage? I don't think I do. I think I just hold on to this and then we see how what we can do here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of different kinds of solitaire decks out there. Oh, hello. The question is whether or not, you know, anything is really like one way or the other. Very nice, very nice. Do I chain lightning now? I think I just hold on to this because we might be having some of these guys come out soon enough. Question is, like, is it worth trying to get in there with these guys? I don't think so. Besides, I can lava dart a whole bunch of stuff. All right. Grab Forest, Played Forest, another Finned Horn Elves. All right. Ooh, that's spicy. So that is 2 damage on everything. That's 5 damage. Bolt, bolt. Hey, we did it. We did it. Yay. Woo. Off to a strong start. Yeah, I do like this version of Mono Red too. I mean, I remember playing the Rakdos Madness deck when it was first being formulated. You know, after Sneaky Snacker came out. And it was fun. Trust me, I loved it. I kind of got burnt off of it a bit because of Grab the Prize. I think that was just a little too easy mode for me. But the red version here just seems fun right now. And hey, I need a little bit more practice with my burn deck matchups. So playing the deck helps me learn the ins and outs of the deck a little bit more. And that's what we're doing here. We're just learning, trying to figure out how a deck plays, how to play against it. It's all part of the game. All right, let's see if we can find opponents. Hum, 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 hum. Huh. Wow, no one's there in the queue just yet. Crazy. Yeah, sometimes they have 2 bolts, a fire blast, and a gutter snipe, and you're just like, man, that was a good game. All right, let's try it again. See if anyone's in the league matches. Bum, bum, bum. I'm very happy. In other news, I managed to grab the last couple of cards for my mono green EDH deck, Galta Primal Hunger. It's a bracket 2, just big stompy go burr deck. My spouse wanted me to just make I don't want to have to think, I don't want to have to strategize, I don't want to have to anything. I just want to play a big beater and go burr. And I'm like, you know what? I can do that. And we finally got the last couple of cards. So finally have that all sorted. Just got to sleeve it up and then go to town. All right. So we've got a bunch of burn, but we don't have a lot else. I feel like I'm going to mulligan this. This feels slightly better, but also very slightly worse. I want to have a Voldarn Epicure in this hand. Now we're going to keep this, put back a mountain, see what happens. Maybe have banned Psychic Puppetry because that was the piece that truly fed the Arcane engine. I mean, potentially, but the problem is just like, do you ban the Dark Ritual or do you ban the Hypnotic Spectre, right? I think you just ban the Dark Ritual. You ban the broken card. It's an interesting thought experiment, but at the same time, it's just like, yo, High Tide is kind of busted. Besides, Psychic Puppetry was not doing anything until High Tide was unbanned, so... I mean, you know, again, thought experiment, but still, like, eh. Alright, so we are up against Rakdos. Alright, we got an Alms of the Vein. I don't particularly like this matchup, from our point of view. This is probably really, really bad. But we shall see what happens. I think I can wait another turn and just play a Kessig Flame Breather. Did not expect to draw the third Fiery Temper there, or I would have probably mulliganed away the Fiery Temper. All right. Oh, that's a Lightning Bolt that didn't go to our face. I would appreciate one more land. That is not one more land. All right, question is, do I Lightning the face now to try and be mana efficient, or do I just hold on to it? I think I just hold on to it. Because if they manage to get down a Kitchen Imp, I can at least bolt it now. Voldarn Epicure I am not terribly upset about. Does give them some more advantage. Bog. Sure, I don't think there's anything I care about being bogged there. Land. Yay. Very good point, huh? I do want to at least be able to play Gutter Snipe and then, like, also Chain Lightning or Bolt afterwards. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm still on the planning stages of doing the paper deck text for Pauper. Oh, hello. Ooh. Oh, that's fun. Very nice. Cards have been mostly gotten. I think maybe with the exception of like some of the Spider-Man cards, but like whatever. But yeah, I want to do it. I'm just trying to think up of the correct sort of like scripts to go by, how I want to try and edit things, because it's been years since I've had to do video editing, so I'm learning an all new program. The old one that I used is for like Windows XP, so obviously it just doesn't work anymore. Man, this is just abysmal. Wow. All right. What do I do here, man? They have 4 cards in hand. I take 3. Go to 8. Or do I just try burning their face here? Like, I feel like if I gutter snipe, it gets got. But let's do it anyway and see what happens. Oh, yeah. I second that. Yep, there's the bolt. At least it didn't go to my face. I second that thought, Nagato. I don't particularly care. Like, I mean, it's serviceable. But, like, I like being able to flop down a card on a table and be like, here's this guy. This is what we're playing. It's certainly easier, and I know, and that's why a lot of channels do it, to do the PNGs, but if I got the cards, I'll do it. Besides, I also want to try and help foster, you know, Pauper around my, like, local LGS community. And if I can do that, great. If I can't, oh well. I'm gonna bounce Bog, probably. I mean, it's not like Bog does much right now. It is the call, though. Yeah, it doesn't. All right, I'm going to say that this is a concession. Is it, though? Yeah, I've just got no actual engine going here. I don't think that works. All right. Relics feel like a good start. I don't like the fire blasts putting me behind. Smash is funny, honestly. Casting fires. It's good at taking out a couple of sneaky snackers in a go. Very, very easy 2 for 1, but it's not like it does much else. Is it decent enough, though? It might be. It's either that or things like End the Festivities. I feel like Smash the Smithereens does get there more often than not, though. Were they playing? I don't think they were actually playing in an Artifact Lands, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't think they were. So maybe I pull in a couple of these. Maybe Chain Lightnings are not that great. Oh, one of those. Yeah, I think I can afford to cut a Chain Lightning. We'll just trim. Yeah. There's just something satisfying about like, here is the piece of cardboard in person, go. All right, this is a pretty okay curve. Maybe Smash to Smithereens is the call, because like if they do this and then like I untap, I can just 3 them and that's cool. But I'm thinking about the floor rather than the ceiling here. And I think the floor is awful. Yeah, Pyroblast and Hydroblast would have been really nice. I mean, they've said this entire time throughout the marketing, we are not doing, who's it? We are not doing Commander Precons for Avatar. So I kind of expected that, but at the same point, like, it would have been nice. Like, just give us Pyroblast or something like that. Heck, like Dust to Dust, again, they've been looking for somewhere to print Dust to Dust. Would have been great in sort of like the Earthbender thing, because I mean, Earthbenders are destroying quite a lot of the artifacts, the machines of the Firebender nation. So like, I don't know. Maybe it's a stretch, but I just want Dust to Dust to be reprinted, even if it is with a licensed artwork. Ooh, they are faithless looting here. Interessante. I mean, I wouldn't say that it sucks to justify. I mean, Wizards has succeeded. They have pushed EDH as the go-to format instead of standard or draft. And they are unfortunately reaping both the rewards and consequences of those actions. So, Oh wow, they just don't want to do that. That's funny. It's just sort of a, all right, well, you've put so much money into EDH, right? What other formats can you buy after having, you know, sunk cost fallacied your way into a format, right? It was one of the biggest things for people that I knew that played Standard back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like during original Theros block, Return to Ravnica block, that sort of stuff. To like sunk cost fallacy themselves out of an expensive Standard. Well, at the time, expensive. And it was just like, oh, well, why would I want to play Modern when I can just play the Standard deck that I have and I'm already drafting it? Because again, back then, they, you know, propped up the draft and Standard environment enough that people were invested in it. One fed into the other. So now you have to kind of think, oh, well, what do I want to do? All right, I'm going to go to snipe here. It gets bolted. That's fine. Again, another bolt not going to my face. Hola. Hello, Serby. How you doing? Good to see you again. We were just kind of chit-chatting about the banned and restricted announcement that came out today. High Tide is gone. Legacy is potentially much healthier. In before Eldrazi Winter 2.0 Electric Boogaloo happens, and Knuckles with Dante from Devil May Cry. And just kind of going like, oh, well, yeah. I'm still trying to work my way around getting like in paper deck techs for Pauper decks on my channel. Yeah, High Tide was always bullshit. The problem is the fact that it was just the Sensei's dividing top of the format. It wasn't overly powerful. I mean, it's a powerful card, but it's the Sensei's top of the format. No one wanted to play against it. And playing it was also just very abysmal. All right, let's pop the artifact here, get rid of all that stuff. I think I'll get rid of Lava Dart here. I think that's a safe assumption. Draw some more stuff. Cool. Get in there. Yeah, I've got most of the cards that I want for the paper deck text. I just got to figure out a decent script. Like a script where I know I can edit stuff, because I can't do these like snappy, you know, TikTok like edits yet. I'm still very new with the new software that I have to use for the edits, so I don't trust myself to do it. So they're going to be very dry to start, but hopefully as I do more of them, I'll get better. Another duress. Is this guy just sitting on 3 duresses? That's funny. All right, we gotta grab the prize. Right, they got rid of the gutter snipe. That is fair. All right, we got a bolt. Another highway robbery, or grab the prize, eh? Okay. Kitchen imp. Very nice. This card is obnoxious. You're gonna bog me. I think that's fine. All right, let's cast the highway robbery here. I'm going to sacrifice one of the lands. I think we're okay with that. All right, we got Bolt. I think grab the prize. So we are in a precarious spot here where them having just any number of bolts kills us on the spot. Get rid of that. They'll second main phase. A Faithless Looting, yep. Get back. That's fine. I just wanted to buy a turn. So the hybrid mana debacle in EDH, TLDR, is currently in EDH. Hybrid mana cards like Manamorphose count as both colors at all times. So you have to play Manamorphose in a color identity red-green deck. at minimum. You cannot play Manamorphose in a mono red deck. You cannot play Manamorphose in a mono green deck. And that's how it's been for pretty much the entirety of EDH, right? When they more or less codified the color identity rule in official Magic, they did so primarily to have the exceptions to the rules were almost gone. Almost, I'll say. So things like Memnarch and Bosch, which were blue and red respectively, and therefore could not be, commanders of a mono blue deck or a mono red deck. Those exceptions were, extinguished. We were able to suddenly be able to use them. Alrighty. Bolt. Okay. Darn. That sucked. Womp womp. The current reason why hybrid mana is being talked about so much is that Gavin Verhey, who is helping with the Commander Oversight Committee, wanted public feedback on it. It was a very big sort of contention point between people casually, like they would just talk about it, and it's just like, is it actually better for the game if hybrid mana is treated like the and or that it is? Because in draft environments, in competitive environments, 60 card, Kitchen Finks is played in mono white decks, right? Murderous Red Cap is played in black decks, not red black decks. Should that be open to EDH now? Problem. You end up with weird side cases that if all hybrid mana cards work as and or, that there are some that are just, what are you doing? And so one of the ones that they've made an example of is Beseech the Queen. Beseech the Queen is a what do they call it? A bybrid? A dubrid. It is 2 colorless or black, 2 colors or black, 2 colors or black sorcery. So it either costs at most 6 colorless mana or triple black to tutor something equal to number of Tubrid. Okay, Tubrid. To tutor a card from your deck equal to or less than the number of lands into your hand, right? And do you really want a 6 mana tutor in a mono green deck like that? Or in a colorless deck? Do you want that in something like Karn? Do you want that in something like Kozilek or whatever? There's a lot of exceptions to it, and other things too is that certain cards are not just fully hybrid. You have Deathrite Shaman, another example that Gavin brought up in his discussion. Deathrite Shaman is a hybrid green-black card. However, its activated abilities are a singular green or a singular black, which means because it has an actual singular black color identity pip in its rules box, it can't be used in a mono green deck. You can't just shove it in there and be like, well, I can never activate this black ability. No. So then you get into these sort of really confusing corner cases, whereas a blanket statement that the hybrid card is both colors at all times is true. So you have your either or there, right? Yeah. We'd have to check text boxes for color identity right now, which doesn't change much. It's true. It does make things just a little bit more complicated. I know way back when, and this was like in the early 2010s, I was playing Commander against someone who put a Lingering Souls in their mono white tokens deck. And I'm like, actually, you can't play that card in a mono white EDH deck because it's a black white card. It's like, oh, but I can never cast the flashback quest. I'm like, yeah, but it's a white black card. Color identity is white black. Can't play it in your mono white deck. So, you know, there's already people out there that might just be, you know, I'm not going to say silent majority, but like a silent good enough size that this could be an issue for. And it wasn't like they were trying to like angle shoot or anything. Like they just didn't think that was an issue. And I mean, in all honesty, it wasn't an issue, but like rules are the rules, right? You can't play snow-covered lands in standard unless there's a snow-covered set in standard, right? That is a rule. That is an actual rule. You can't rock up to a standard format that doesn't have Call Time or Cold Snap or Ice Age in it and rock a mono red deck with snow-covered mountains. That's actually against the rules. That's illegal. So it's not so much semantics as it is what do we really want to do with the format? What does the public want for it? And if they are open to having that discussion, let's have the discussion. And I'm not against that. Let's totally do that. Personally, I think hybrid should just stay the same in terms of color identity. It is what it is. And the few things that it does free up for, I really could care less. They're already printing 1.5 bazillion cards a year now. We're not stretched for cards. Keep saying the argument, change will be confusing, but the rules are already confusing. Just learn the new rules, man. Fair. I want hybrid change, and I don't. And that's just kind of like the thing, right? Like they want the discussion to be had. They want to see people's arguments. There's obviously going to be the couple low-hanging fruit arguments that everyone makes, like, oh, it's a new rules change. We got to learn this. Well, we had to learn a new mulligan, what, twice in the span of 6 years, right? Because we went from the Paris mulligan to the London mulligan, and then what's the current one? Is it like the Sydney mulligan or something like that? I forget what it's called. But yeah, the mulligans changed too. Yeah, we'll see. Exactly. And as long as we keep it a nice, friendly discussion, things are great. It's just like, if there is rule zero conversations about the London is the current one, okay. I'm trying to remember what was the one before that, where it was scry 1 to the bottom. What was that one? Was that Vancouver? Was that the Vancouver mulligan? I can't remember. Anyway. Well, the Paris mulligan was the draw 7. If you have to mulligan, you have to shuffle all of it back and then draw 6. And then if you wanted to mulligan that, you had to shuffle all 6 back and draw 5. I'm trying to remember what the one after that was, because they wanted to, what was it? The Theros scry lands were league pause. Hello. Hey, hold on. Oh, okay. So it was Vancouver. All right. Original to Paris, to Vancouver to London. Because originally with EDH, back before it was officially recognized, actually it might have been even during the formative years of it being printed by Wizards, like in 2013, 2015, it used the partial Paris, which is much more similar to the London mulligan. Right. Yeah. And honestly, I kind of like the London mulligan now. The Scry one was a little, I don't know if it was better or worse. It was just like a little too much mechanics that I had to work with. Why is the league paused? Bruh. All right. We're gonna pause for a second there because it looks like Moto is doing some sort of maintenance. Let me see if I can. Oh, hello. Something did not want to do that. Hello. Give me a sec here, guys. All right, so give me a second. That's not what I want. All right, there's really not a good way of doing this. Let me... Oh. Is it not going to show me that? Hold on. It's not actually going to let me see that. All right. All right. So there is a pop-up right now, which I cannot capture because Steam Labs is being stupid. Magic Online will go into an emergency shutdown time at 1 p.m. Pacific today to further investigate the two-factor authentication and email issues. Leagues have been paused, though matches in progress will be allowed to finish. The downtime is expected to last 1 hour. We'll announce rescheduled events if we are able to after that downtime. Thank you for your patience. 1 o'clock Pacific. How far away is that? That is wild. Hold on, guys. Dum 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 dum. 1 o'clock Pacific. That is in an hour. I guess that means it's brewing time potentially. Well, it means that Moto is actually going to shut down in an hour, which means I won't have access to any of this. So we are going to go into the two-mans, and I'll have to finish this league else time. We'll see how long the downtime actually lasts, and if I don't have to run before that. So give me a sec here, guys. Let me get situated. All right, league is currently paused. Okay. That is hilarious. All right, so we can go into practice rooms. Nice. All right. Let's see here. What would I want to do? Bum, 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 bum. Actually, you're talking about Tron in there. I'm curious. What is current Pauper Tron looking like? It's probably not doing all that great, to be honest here. But let's see what Pauper Tron's looking like. Maybe I can update my deck list a bit. All right. Current Tron list looks like Mere Retriever, Mere Kinsmith. All right, so they're still doing Ashnod's Altar and that stuff. All right, let's try something different here. This is green Tron. Is this what I want? No, this is not what I want. Tron Altar combo. Okay, this is probably an out of date list, it seems. Ooh, someone did actually recently 5-0 with like a Rush of Knowledge Tron. That's hilarious. I love that. Pinnacle Kill Ship. What? That's absurd. Mono Blue Agrotron. What in God's name is this? Hello? This Naya Gates graveyard pile. Nah, I think you guys have piqued my interest with looking at Tron real quick. Let me see if there's something I want to do. Lots of people playing Pinnacle Killship now. Fascinating. I wonder. Hold on. This was a toolbox Tron deck that I had. Is this worth? No, hold on. Let me go to green. Cascade better? Let me try and find Pinnacle Killship. Where's the mono green list that I saw? Hang on. Whoa, what? Whoa. What is this? There's a Tron list that just, what was it, 4-1'd? That played Tribal Flames. Who is playing Tribal Flames in Tron? What is this madness? What? I am upset. All right. I think I'm okay with this. Let's go. Rumbles. No. Candy Trail. People playing Candy Trail anymore? They are? Cool. This guy's playing 3 forests, a crystal grotto, and a bog. I feel like bog is just kind of like a miser play that everyone plays every so often. It's just like, eh. All right, so we have 2 crops, we have 4 stirrings, they have 1 weather the storm, mate. Weather the storm. That's wild. They have 2 in the side. All right. 2 in the side. Fangren Marauder. Are they playing Fangren Marauder's main? They are playing Fangren Marauder's main. Right. Brimble-worm, you were fun. Not currently. Playing Generous Ent. They are playing 4 Generous Ent, 4 Fangren Marauders. They're playing 4 Annoyed Altasaur. And 4 Maelstrom Colossus. They're also playing 2 Rush of Knowledge. That card is spicy. Wow. They're playing only 3 Prophetic Prisms. Wizards. Rockets. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then Pinnacle Killship. That's funny. And they're playing a full 4 of this dude. Wow. That's crazy. That is absurd. All right, let's get this sideboard. We've got a couple Duresses. Pyroblasts. This is a menagerie of a sideboard too. Holy. Circle of Protection blue. Be still my heart. I love it. Negate. This feels like almost like a wish board. That's crazy. Whether I've got breath weapon. 1, 2. We've got Fairy Macabres 1 and 2, and then a Pulse of Marasa. What am I missing? Oh, stream of thought? Yo. That's wild. It's actually wild. Look at this deck list. Look at this absolute unit of a deck list. Wow. Domain in Tron, right? Guy on Rush of Knowledge's art is probably exactly how the person who 4-1'd with this pile must have felt. Exactly! I have the power! Alright, since we only have a little bit of time before Moto decides to shut down today, and they're almost never punctual, so I expect it might even go offline a few minutes before the coming hour. I'm going to take a very quick pause here. I'm going to grab some water, and then we are going to go straight into the 2-mans and just jam some big monsters. So BRB guys, let's make the most of this until the downtime happens today. So BRB. Boop. I'm back. All right, I have my water. I am ready to rock and roll here. So we are going to go into the 2-mans here with this absolute pile. And I honestly can't wait. This is going to be so much fun. So let's get rocking and rolling here. Pauper best of free. We got Tron Cascade. We'll create a new one here and just go. Man, yeah, I guess they went into the emergency downtime because like, you know what, this slime can't win his first match in the league. Nope, we gotta pull the emergency cord on here. Imagine a Rush of Knowledge mill deck. Rush of Knowledge isn't target though, it's just you, right? Draw cards equal to the grades man voted among permanents you control. Yeah. You could Rush of Knowledge into like Lab Man or something. That would be funny. All right, what do we got here? I think this is fine. We've got a couple of cantrips. This is going to be good. I'm going to forest into Wizard's Rockets. Uh-oh. High tide? Probably not. Snow-covered island probably means fairies or Scred. Probably is it terror? Modern age. Modern age? Modern age. Didn't think they played that, but okay. Sneaky snacker. What is, ooh. All right, we're on a brew. I respect it. I honestly don't mind this. Ooh. Hello. I'm going to keep that on top. Let's prof. Good. Yeah, if Russian knowledge could target, that would be crazy. I don't think I have anything that interacts with the graveyard here, aside from Bajuka Bog. Alright. Oh, and they're just lowering and revealing now. Interesting. Alright, Volatile Fjord. Okay, so they are on... Is it? Question mark? Ooh, because they wanted to get... That was their upkeep. Okay, I see. Got rid of Lightning Bolt. Alright. So we have 1, 2, 3. Which I am not terribly upset about. What do I want to do? Do I want Ancient Stirrings first? Nah, I think I map. And then we can keep up some Weather the Storm here in case they do something nuts. I believe this can be either Dimir Control or FAMs. Well, I think you are wrong on both accounts. I think this is it Scred? It doesn't appear to be Tolarian Terror off the top of the head here. Oh, Grixis. It could just be a splash for Sneaky Snackers. All right. What do I want to get? I have a tower. I think I just get mine. One, two, three, four. That's the downside, is that I have just not quite gotten there yet. Let's Ancient Stirrings while it's still low. I'm going to Candy Trail. Any order? Fangren Marauder is actually kind of nice. Is this draw a card? It is also draw a card. I don't know what I can do against a Murmuring Mystic right now. Probably not much. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait till like Wizards Rockets Weather the Storm this coming turn. Their turn, I should say. They get in for 4, sure. Yep, can't do anything about that. Stream of knowledge kill. Maybe. One, two, three, four. The problem is that I don't think there's much else I can do. I'm just going to cast off this Weather the Storm here. Get this out of the way. Actually getting hurt on mana, which is kind of wild. Speaking of wild. I could have generous ended there, but I was hoping to draw at least like another Tron piece. Pinnacle Kill Ship at least gets rid of the Mystic, if it resolves. Hello? That's wild. They discarded another one. There we go. All right. So what do I want to do? I have 7, 8, 9 total mana. That's annoyed Altasaur here. So unfortunately, we just draw 2 cards. But we shall attempt to overload their counter spells next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will need to start gaining life, which I think means cracking this candy trail. Good. Alrighty. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Another counter spell. All right. Well, you win. That's unfortunate. All right. Pyroblasts, yes. Duress, yes. You, yes. Trying to think, what do I not care about? I don't think I care about that. Very Macabre is going up in price, man. Really? Is it? Oh wow, it's almost $6. What the frick? That is stupid. I really hope they reprint that in the Lorwyn Eclipse set. That is wild. All right, so we have these, which is not bad. I still need to cut one more. Cascades are pretty good because that cuts off their shenanigans. I think just taking out one of the 7 drops though, or the 8 7/7s is probably good. Also, why do I not have card preview up here? Sorry about that. Boop. All right, we do want to go first. This looks okay. We will keep. Probably going to start with Candy Trail. Helps us dig. Oh, they've mulliganed to 5, bro. Mulligan to 5. That sucks for them. Let's Candy Trail. I'm actually just going to put both on the bottom. I want to find an Urza's Mine. Heck, even a Crystal Grotto is probably just better overall. All right, so they did not have a null for that. They do not have a null for that either. Okay. Fun. But why are you saying like it was the best graveyard hate option you had in Legacy since so many decks were Reanimator, but the price is now going up after Reanimator got banned? Why? I'm not following that logic. I agree that the card's great and it needs a reprint. I don't understand it though. Like what has changed that Fairy Macabre is actually just better now? Do I map here? Oh, hello. All right, it did the other. It pinged the emergency downtime thing again. Great. All right, what am I going to do? I am going to expedition map, get our turn 3 Tron, and pass the turn. I can Candy Trail coming up, but more likely than not, I'm actually just going to Generous End here. Never not punished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can stress their counter magic here with a Maelstrom Colossus. And we are in fact going to Ancient Stirrings. Maybe. Depends what they want to counter here. If they have like Spell Pierce plus a null, I'm crying. All right, Prof Prism, pretty nice. Do I take the Prof Prism, or do I try to go for even more mana? I think I go for even more mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana this coming turn. Nah, Prof Prism is the safer choice. Now do you counter this? Now they counter it. Okay. Pass turn. Actually, pull that aside. I'm going to cast Prophetic Prism first. All right, so they're going to discard, draw 2. Discarded an Island. They have Ice Tunnel. Grixis, man. The announcement just came out today. Give it some time. Okay, no, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I thought you had. I misunderstood. I thought you meant like it is spiking now, and I'm like, that seems very unreasonable. Ancient Stirrings. Okay. Candy Trail. All right. Any order. Do they have the other counter spell right now? Let's see it. They don't! Nice. Yeah, it was a pretty expensive common, and hopefully Reanimate or Nerf will bring it down. Yeah, and I also hope that they reprint it in Lorwyn Equips, because that just seems like a fair card to put in there. Now, granted, Fairy Macabre is not specifically a name that really is Lorwyn specific. They could print it in a number of fairy combined sets. It's not like Relic Progenitus, where you really are limited where you can reprint Relic. But yeah, I hope they print it, because this would be a great time to get that reprint in there. I'm not entirely sure what Standard is doing with graveyard shenanigans, if at all, because I know VV has basically been the problem. Exile target artifact. You're exiling my Candy Trail. Sure. I feel like that's not the correct choice. Ooh, very nice. Spell Pierce. Oh no. Whatever shall I do? I am so sorry, opponent. Cop blue, ladies and gentlemen. They can go land Scred my Fangren Marauder, and that's fine. I've got a generous end to follow this up. All right, so we have 20 minutes until the timer ticks down. Yeah, it's never a bad idea to have some amount of graveyard hate. Oh, opponent. Oh, opponent. Yay. Let's put that through for black, and we'll duress you. All right. All right. We are back in business. Hear me out. Ristic Circle in Tron. That is abysmal. That is actually horrendous. I love it. For those not in the know, Ristic Circle is a 4 mana circle protection like card. It costs 2 white, and then for a single generic, any player may pay 1. If no one does, the next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent it. So you have unlimited protection choice, but it has the Ristic downside. It is still garbage. It is still absolute garbage. All right, we're going to power plant into expedition map. Pass turn. We are going to mine and then get a turn 3 Tron, as is tradition. Bonk. Yeah, you can brainstorm. If they go to like cast into fire this, like it doesn't matter. I can just crack it in response. Yeah, you can in theory just drop Ristic Circle and never let the opponent hit me. This is true. All right, so I have a mine, I have a power plant, I need tower. Tower got. Oh, you sweet summer child. You fell for my trap card. Wow. Absolute nothing. That's garbage. Ah. Oh well. I have my color fixer online, which is excellent. This is probably the cast into fire. It is. Alluring revealed, absolutely. Another ice tunnel. Fascinating. All right, what do I want to do here? Do I want a Fangren Marauder or do I want a Maelstrom Colossus? I think I just do the big Yargle Blargle here. Ooh. I kind of want both of these, not gonna lie. I do wonder what was the exact thought process for the Ristic mechanic in Prophecy. So the Ristic mechanic worked with an absolutely horrendous other mechanic, which was tap all your lands every turn. I think there was a card, Stone Idol, where the cost to activate it into an artifact creature, like it was just an artifact, but you could turn it into a creature until in a turn, was 0. Tap all of your lands. There was a quote-unquote benefit to tapping all your lands or sacrificing your lands. It was awful. Yeah, reading it up right now. Prophecy's limited environment had open mana be much more limited with cards and abilities that sacrifice lands, punished unused ones, so mana was much more scarce. Yeah, it was also just awful. So we have a Death Touch, Kami of Jealous Thirst. Each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. You've drawn 3 or more cards this turn. Okay, that feels bad. All right, so we have our Duress. We have our Cop Blue, which we unfortunately cannot cast right now. Let's Duress our opponent. They have a Pyroblast and a Lorien revealed. Counter target blue spell. I'm okay with this. Let's get rid of your card draw. Please Death Touch me. Please. Okay. Have I played a land this turn? I have. I can Expedition map for my Crystal Grotto. Gorilla Shaman, okay. Yes, please. Getting in for 7. Kind of figured. All right, so we knew they used that. They have a Pyroblast and an Unknown. I feel like I can just go and do this. The odds of them having Counterspell are very low. Yay. Very nice. Engine stirrings. Very nice. Candy Trail power plant. I'll take a Candy Trail. Let's get some more action here. All right, 8 minutes until Moto allegedly goes down for emergency downtime. Let's see what happens here. They are going to Gorilla Shaman. Okay. Wizards Rockets. Fine. You are going to cast down my Altasaur. How dare you? I worked hard for that. Alright, still have Pyroblast up in case they try to Windmill Slam like, I don't freaking know. Freaking Murmuring Mystic, I guess. Which would suck, but, you know. They would have to have land, Murmuring Mystic, not even Spell Pierce, actual Dispel. Alright, time to attack in for a bazillion damage. Opponent played well. God, I love Tron when it does its thing. It's nice against a control deck too. This was really good. I like this. And they concede. Yay! So that was fun. All right, I don't think we're going to have the time to actually play another game because, you know, downtime. Yeah, clap. Let's golf clap that, guys. Golf clap. Okay, very nice. Well played. Yes. Yeah. So this version of the Cascade Tron deck, love it. Glad to see Annoyed Altasaur, Fangren Marauder doing stuff. Pinnacle Kill Ship was not particularly useful that game, but I can see where that is going to be insanely nice. I kind of like how Prophetic Prism here is working out. It is not nearly as 5-color good stuffy as it might have been in the past, so pretty decent here. Yeah, no, I kind of like this. This feels great. Wizards Rockets feels weird, but it's also nice just to be able to have a thing to like sack for a Fangren Marauder for 0. Good stuff, good stuff. All right. Let me set one other thing up real quick because I do want to show off real quick my new EDH list. All right, let's see if I can. All right, so this should be able to do, yeah, there we go. All right, so I want to be able to show off my Timigo Burr deck before leaving for the day. And these was just rockets facilitate the stream of thought deck out. That is true. That is true. So we've got here the deck. Let me see, can I, if I do that, ooh, that's close. All right, this still seems like a decent size. All right. So this is the deck list. Let's go by grid here. Why not? Something fun. Enlarge it a little bit. No Colossal Dreadmaw? Nope. Not in this one. We got some other cool things though. So this is the deck list I made. It is bracket 2. It has a pretty much peak salt score. But yeah, I figured that with this deck, the real thing that you're trying to do here is get out big beaters and get them out fast. And that's what we're doing here. Let's actually go by mana value, so that way we can show the curve a bit better. Lava Spur Boots, Lightning Greaves, Swiftfoot Boots, and Haunted Cloak are our haste enablers, which so far it's felt pretty nice with the 4 in here. There is another one that I was thinking of, which I think is like, I think it's Chariot something. It's from Theros, I want to say. Which instead of Vigilance, Trample, and Haste, it gives First Strike, Trample, and Haste. Still very nice. I like this. Every one of these dinos is getting the Gucci footwear. Exactly. And a cloak. Capes. Gotta wear the capes. Sol Ring, because of course we want Sol Ring in a big beater deck, so it's in there. But that's it for artifacts. After that, we go into creature ramp. We're running the Bugenhagen Wise Elder. This one was kind of under my radar until I found it in a search. A 1/3 that taps for a single color mana, not the most impressive thing, but the fact that you get to draw cards if you have a power 7 or greater creature, very good, very good. A deck like this wants to keep drawing cards. Fanatic of Ronas, this card is stupid good, and the only reason why it's $6 is because everyone wants to put it in their green EDH deck. I actually managed, so like I've opened a lot of Modern Horizons 3 packs, and I managed to get the token, the Eternal token for this, but not the actual Fanatic, so this was like the last card I had to pick up. Elysian Caryatid. Also really nice. The fact that it can tap for 1 of any color or 2 of any color if you've got Ferocious is pretty amazing. Tender Wild Guide, still testing with this one. I like the idea that sort of later game you can get 2 mana dorks for it, and they can also just grow bigger. Yep, there we go. Magic Online has gone into scheduled maintenance mode, 4 o'clock on the dot. So we are just going to ixnay that. Womp womp. Whisper of the Wilds, actually factually going to switch this out for a new avatar card. I'm not entirely sure what it is called, but there is an Avatar: The Last Airbender card that got printed that is a 1 and a green human, probably ally, that taps for green and has the exact same ability here, but it's a 2/1. And since this cares about your total power of creatures, it being a 2/1 over an O2 is just super important. So I'm going to swap that out once Avatar comes in. Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia. This thing is stupid good. There's a reason why it's slowly creeping up in price. Like, this thing is just really, really nice in big creature decks and creature-centric decks at all. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, put +1/+1 on Gaia or Gwenna and untap it. Just great. You might not be able to get 2 uses out of it because of its restriction, but like, it is still super good. Llanowar Tribe. 3 dudes seriously gets 3 green seriously. Super, super nice. Mana Dork. Outcaster Trailblazer. This one was one that I found on the EDH rec page, and I've been a little suspicious about it. Haven't quite drawn it enough to make heads or tails of this, but being able to be a 4/2 for 3 mana helps certainly power this out a little bit more. It adding 1 mana when it enters is kind of negligible. Great when it's plotted, don't get me wrong, but whenever another creature with power 4 greater enters the battlefield and your control draw a card, that's the main draw right here. This is the thing. Raucous Audience, that's what it was. Raucous Audience. Yeah, that's the card I want. It's just this, but better in terms of this deck. The O2 as like a chump blocker, or like just like a 1/1 blocker, is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, I like that extra toughness here, but Raucous Audience just does the slot a bit better for this one. Rampaging, I have no idea how to pronounce this. Rampaging Yaogai is a 2/2 Vigilance Trample that can get bigger. It scales with the game, and it is a mass naturalize effect. Essentially, it is super nice. Decided to finally throw this in here. Cronus the Indomitable. Man, the last standard deck, just to give you an idea, that I played was a red-green energy deck that had Ronus in it. That's how long it's been since I've played standard. Again, a 5/5 for 3 mana works great with Galta. Giving trample to other dudes, perfectly good. Indestructible, Death Touch, perfectly good. Wayward Swordtooth. I'm sort of on the fence between Wayward Swordtooth and what's the Topiary Beast or something like that. It's basically like the thing from Streets of New Capenna, as the 3 mana 5/5. That one basically is like a Wood Elves. It searches up basic land and you get it, and it can't attack unless you have whatever. But I feel like since I'm going to be drawing a lot of cards, being able to have that exploration effect, the additional land on every turn, is better overall with Wayward Swordtooth. Yorvo, Lord of Garenbrig. This thing can get out of hand way too fast in this deck. I love this. Topiary Stomper, that's what it was, 7 lands. Yep. Topiary Stomper. I have that in another deck of mine. Very, very fun card. But yeah, I think Wayward Swordtooth in here is just a better option because of how many lands we're running and drawing every game. Pretty good. Yorvo, just nuts. Just a big beater for 3 mana. It's so good. Colossal Rattleworm. A freaking 4 mana 6/5 with trample. Man, you show this to someone in like Urza's Saga block, this card, like back then, and that would blow their minds. How do you have no downside to this? And it can have flash eventually. We are running a small desert package. I'm not going too ham on the deserts because a lot of them are colorless, but there are a few in here, so this can get sort of activated. You can flash in a worm or do the tutor out one of the desert cards with it. Goreclaw. I opened one of these from what was it, March of the Machine? No, not March of the Machine. Yeah, it was March of the Machine. I opened this thing and I was like, oh my god. So had to put it in here. Bellowing Tangleworm. This card is just so much fun. I am sad that Intimidate has gotten dropped from Magic's vocabulary. I think Intimidate is certainly a tool they could bring back. I don't know where or how, but I think they should. I find it just a little bit more interesting than just straight up menace. So that's my opinion. Challenger Troll. It's kind of like these things combo together. Each creature you control with power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than one creature. Sweet. Speaking of, Gigantosaurus, 5 mana, fuck off, 10/10 Dino. Love it. Just love it. It was just like, nope, we need to turn our brains off and just play the big bigs. Like, can do. Railway Brawler. This card is still absurdly expensive. Like, almost, it goes up to about $10. And I can see why. Whenever another creature in your battlefield under your control, put X+1/+1 counters, where X is its own power. Like, wow. Reach and trample. The fact that this has reach too, what the heck? They did seem to flip-flop on how much color hosing they wanted over the years, but signs point to none ultimately. True. Even like hexproof to blue or whatever, like those things. It's like, guys, come on. Like, you don't have to have the full-on color hosers like destroy all mountains, destroy all islands, or whatever like that. But like, you can have a few every so often. I heavily doubt the standard with a combo that kills the opponent on turn 2 would have any sort of reaction to a 4 mana 6/5 no downside. I'm talking after bans. I'm talking after bans. Anyway, Aggressive Mammoth, giving everything trample, and itself is an 8/8 for 6 mana. That's an incredibly good rate. Love it. Enters. Disciple of Freyalise. It is a land. Sometimes. It is also a draw spell and gain some life spell. Sometimes. Old One-Eye. This, I've been looking for a deck to throw Old One-Eye in for a long time. I originally wanted this in my Mael deck, but didn't quite have a home there because I wanted it to be more synergistic with all the gods and the sort of like creatures buffing other creatures or protecting other creatures things I was doing in Mael. But here, Old One-Eye, perfectly serviceable. Love it. The fact that you basically get 11 power for free, like what the heck? It's great. Primal Crux. This is a card I opened actually when I was first playing Magic. Primal Crux was a super fun, terrible draft like chaff card. It only really shot up when the original Theros block came out and they fixed Chroma to be Devotion. Went up to like $20-25 or whatever. I ended up selling my playset of Primal Crux then, so I'm a little sad that I had to rebuy this now, but this card is just such fun if you're doing mono green beat sticks. So much fun. It just grows and grows and grows with how much you have on board, not just creature wise, but like enchantments and other sorts of things. Soul of the Harvest, draw cards, absolutely sign me up. It's got trample, so much trample. Surrak Goreclaw, trample, giving other things trample, giving things haste, super important. Speaking of which, Jumbo Cactuar, we opened this in one of our packs of Final Fantasy and just had to find a space for it in here. Like, being able to attack for 10,000 damage is just so Timmy that it hurts. You gotta find room for it. Then we got our Molgraph Monstrosity, 8/8 trample, but also can have some graveyard utility, even though it is at random. People forget this, but it is return 2 creatures at random. Still though, very high ceiling to hit with this thing. Archetype of Endurance, this card people hate so much. I think people have forgotten this card exists. This card is insane. Giving all your stuff hexproof and everybody else's is hexproof is pretty cool. Stonehoof Chieftain, 8/8 Indestructible with trample. Whenever another creature controls attacks, it gains trample and Indestructible until end of turn. That's amazing. Oh, hey there, Toucan. How you doing? Good to see ya. They killed Vivi in Standard? I know, it's amazing. Too bad that Standard probably will still suck. They banned a lot more out of Standard than I thought they were. It wasn't, for those who don't know, it wasn't just Vivi. There were like, was it 2 other cards that also got banned? So, you know, fingers crossed. Now they just have to have a Standard environment that people don't feel like they're getting priced out of every month and a half. good luck with that. The Tarask. This thing, oh my god, I love this thing so much. There's almost no cheaty effects in here. So playing the Tarask and getting that haste in War 10 is almost guaranteed. Apex Devastator, you just had to do it. This thing is the most Timmy of Timmy cards. And then World Spine Worm. Let's be honest here. We gotta play the World Spine Worm. I remember when this thing was like stupid expensive. It's like $7 or something like that. Because it was like comboing off of Modern or whatever. But like, ugh. Intimidate was dropped because it didn't do enough. It was much worse than Landwalk or Fear. I don't know. I liked Intimidate. It had a lot of flavor. Now we got our enchantments here, and oh boy, do we have some powerful stuff in here. Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth, Overgrowth. We've got our ramping ones here. We've got card draw and card draw and card draw and card draw and card draw. Gravity Well is the only sort of outlier here. I had to make some sort of concession to the fact that this deck just dies to a whole bunch of like dragons and stuff. So while there is no way to tutor for this, it's nice to have an out that doesn't die to Doomblade. Gravity Well is that out. With the amount of card draw in here, it is possible to just grab it, but it's not reliable. This is probably the weakest slot currently. I would love to find something else, basically. Pretty good, just insane, just absolutely insane. Asceticism, I've been looking for a place to put my asceticisms back into my EDH decks. I've kind of cut them. I have like so many asceticisms since I used to run them a lot, and then got to cutting them because I was just like, I'm just going to play better overall cards. But in this deck where it's just like, I want to play the vanilla or French vanilla beat sticks, this kind of does shine. Being able to regenerate any of your creatures and giving everything hexproof again. Super good. Unnatural Growth, again, a win more card, but that's the whole point of this deck, is just to make your big bigs even bigger. So we've got Unnatural Growth. And we've got our instants, because we do actually have to interact with our opponents sometimes. Smuggler's Surprise, this is the one sort of like cheaty face card that we have. Allowing us to sort of like surprise dramatic entrance in a creature if need be. Two creatures technically, but we also get a little bit of utility, but more often than not it's either the second mode here and or the hexproof indestructible. Interaction EDH, get out of here. I know, right? Almost like 3-3 Elk just released a video with a very necessary rage bait thumbnail on it, quite honestly, to convince people you need to interact with your opponents. Stop playing solitaire. Bite Down, Cosmic Hunger, Ram Through, Colony Ambush. All of these are fight spells here, and they just really work. Collective Resistance, again, modal card that allows us to do so much. We can disenchant. We can get hexproof and indestructible on one of our dudes. Really powerful. Again, we want to protect our cards, protect our cards, protect our cards, protect our cards. And then draw cards, interact, good sort of stuff. Got our lands. I'm going to go over those a little bit in just a sec, but at the moment, let's go to sorceries. There are no planeswalkers in this deck. There could be, but there's just not. We got Bushwhack. Search for Tomorrow, Cultivate, Kadama's Reach, Skyshroud Claim, and Traverse the Outlands. This is definitely our further land tutor suite. This helps us ramp more. Bushwhack, also great late game because you can just removal spell somebody. Fantastic. Traverse the Outlands is funny. Hee hee ha ha funny. Yeah, I looked at those, the Spire Silk Armor and the Assemble, and I was just like kind of I'll play Gravity Well, because at least then it doesn't get like time-stamped rules out if like, oh, creatures lose this ability you control. Well, Gravity Well still works if my creatures lose reach, right? So that's good. But yeah, Cultivate, Kadama's Reach, Sky Shroud Claim. I wanted things that could get multiple cards or could be put out turn 1, which Search for Tomorrow can be. Green Sun Zenith. Not doing anything with this card in my Modern collection currently, so yeah, I threw one in here. Balagad Recovery, Bridgeworks Battle, excellent MDFCs. Having a Regrowth or another fight spell is fantastic. And of course we have Rishkar's Expertise to draw all bazillion cards ever. No See the Unwritten, it's kind of a perfect card for this deck. No, I just didn't see space for it. I just kind of wanted more beaters than that. Like, I'm not even running the Mythic Green MDFC that kind of lets you do it, because for the same amount of mana, I could just cast another dude. And I'd just rather do that. And then finally, we have our land suite. This is very simple. We're running a total of 37 lands with MDFCs. 33 as they just are. Bonder's Enclave, again, more card draw. Desert and the Indomitable, potential late game card draw. Hashep Oasis, literally only in here for the Rattleworm and for Scavenger Grounds. Scavenger Grounds is the main desert that we're playing here, right? Like, let's not beat around the bush here. This here, we want to sacrifice like Hashep Oasis or Desert the Indomitable so that we don't get reverse Scavenger Grounds, right? Cactus Preserve, this is the funniest desert that I do not want to sack. Isn't See the Unwritten technically just better than the Green Suns? And just fetch you 2 guys off the bat for 7 mana, but Green Sun can also just get me a mana dork like turn 3, and See the Unwritten doesn't. I can use this as a semi toolbox to get things like Gwenna or Fanatic of Ronas, or even just start going into things like Ronas the Indomitable or Goreclaw. Like, being able to tutor up a Challenger Troll or a Bellowing Tangleworm when necessary is great. And also, let's say they pacifism or whatever, you know, I get Disciple of Freyalise and start drawing cards. Like, yeah, pretty neat. And then the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory. Reliquary Tower, because I'm just going to be dumb like that and play it. I know it's not great, but like, this deck unreasonably draws a bunch of cards. Yeah. I was considering Dryad Arbor in this deck, but it is the most horrendous, like, top deck late game, so I'm just like, the floor of this is not great. Oh, Nykthos, why won't they reprint you? But they've totally reprinted this, right, guys? Look at all these. Look, see, there's the list. And this Premier Play promo that was only handed out to like 10 people. So it got reprinted, right? Anyway, Mosswort Bridge, Witch's Clinic. Target commander gains lifelink until end of turn. Just hee hee ha ha funnies. Rogue's Passage. I am up in the air if I want to swap out Rogue's Passage for the upcoming Avatar Land Secret Tunnel. Secret Tunnel, you have to target 2 creatures. This one, you target 1. Otherwise, it's the same like cost for mana to do so. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Because you can't, it's not up to 2 creatures. It is actually, you have to have 2 targets. But yeah, this is the lands package. Tons of forests to get off of Traverse the Outlands. Tons and tons of forests. But yeah, it's a very simple deck. It just absolutely rocks and it feels good to play. It's gone up against sort of higher bracket decks, like a high bracket 3, a low bracket 4 deck, and it still just raffle stomps. I mean, you get board wiped and you kind of cry, but I mean, like, that's the downside of this deck, right? 2 creatures that also share creature type. Yeah, true. Actually, that's the other thing. They have to share creature type. And there's actually not a lot of that in this deck. It is not just a dinosaur deck, so like that is a tough call. Yeah, at least give us more City of Brass reprints. Exactly. Or just give us Tarnished Citadel and punish us even more. Because why ping yourself to get Wooburg when you could bolt yourself to get Wooburg, right? Yeah. But yeah, this is kind of where I'm at right now. This is the deck that I just finished building in paper, and I'm super, super happy about it. I love being able to fight things. I love playing big creatures, just ramping and going without it being like sort of negative stigma like you see like with Azusa Lost with Seeking decks. So, yeah. Aside from that, nothing much else going on right now. So, I'm not going to bore you guys and try to like hope that Moto comes back on in the next 40 minutes. But, yeah, I guess it's going to be a short stream today. That kind of sucks, but, we'll have more time, next week to do stuff and things. I'll try to at least finish the league that I started. Depending on when that league is scheduled to end, I might do that after it comes back on later today, or if it's later, I can do that next. You can technically cheese wins with Rishadan Port. Yeah, true. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope y'all definitely enjoy the new quote-unquote metas that have come out from this ban restricted announcement today. I know I am looking forward to more Pauper, and I'm interested to hear how Legacy adapts and hopefully heals from, you know, Entomb and Nadu, the Scourge that they were getting banned out. I have a feeling the Eldrazi decks might just take over, but we shall see. But yeah, I'm going to call it here. I know, uneventful, but it is what it is. Thank you guys for hanging out. This has been your local cat slime, Ceylon Cross. Wishing you all a good rest of your day. And bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye. Take care, guys.